Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Detroit Tigers franchise mode here in MLB The Show 21. So in last episode we had the draft and we also simmed a little bit of the season. As you can see, so far we are 21-29 and we are the bottom of our division, but we've had actually a decent run, I would say, so far this year. It's looking like we might finish around 500, maybe a little bit below 500, but it's been a successful season, I'd say, so far for this young team. And yeah, we had a draft in last episode. It wasn't a very good one, I would say, because a lot of these guys are more project players, but we did take Bronson Bonner to get us another catcher prospect. This guy actually has some pretty good power against right-handed pitchers, so that is actually a good thing. He could end up being a good power hitting, like, depth option to an extent. And then we do have some more starting pitcher prospects that have okay potential. We also do have this guy who looks like he could be good, but he does have a low starting overall, so he might not reach that potential, but I'm hoping, since he's only 19, that he could reach that. We also have a couple other guys that have low overalls or low potentials, so it should be interesting to see if any of these guys actually pan out. Now, we do have a few comments to go over before we actually start simming and maybe making a trade or two, and that is from Dylan Burrows. He actually has 3 comments. So the first one he says is, can you check and see what Ben Quesado or something like that was? He's a closing pitcher. Cheers. Okay, so let's take a look at what that guy looks like. Where is the flying player option? I always forget where certain things are in this game, especially after I just recorded an NHL video. Where is it? Is there no find player option? I saw a find player option before. Unless it just disappears when you're at like this part of the season. Or was it in a different part of the screen? I honestly don't know where the heck it went, because I know I saw it like yesterday when I played. Maybe it's not like that when you're at this part of the season, so we will check in a little bit, but we will check for Ben Quesado. But he also does say, Dylan Burrows, he says, I'd love to see you edit lineups and pitching for MLB and AAA. AA doesn't really matter that much, but I'd love to see some more micromanaging with the lineups. You can move them around at every pause/video end, which is true. Now, I could do that. I'm not 100% sure if I'm comfortable doing this yet, but I probably would be. So what I'm thinking is you would probably be putting like good contact hitters near the 1 and 2 spot. That way they're getting on base, and then you'd probably want to have like a good power hitter at number 3, I'm guessing. That way that power hitter could probably bring some of these guys home if they get on base, and then so on with the 4, 5, and 6 spot, I'm guessing, and then the rest of it doesn't matter as much. So I'm guessing that's what you would do in terms of actually that type of lineup. And then in terms of the pitching rotation, obviously you'd go with the best pitcher in terms of that. So for example, right now our best pitcher would probably be Tarek Skubal. So we could probably put like Skubal in that number 1 spot and that type of thing, and you just go based off ERA and whip, I'm assuming. Like Joey Wentz, for example, has been our worst pitcher, so we would move him down in our lineup or something like that. So yeah, I guess I could do some little micromanaging if I am doing this correctly, but I'm still not 100% comfortable with it. If you could explain to me the best strategy for lineups and for pitching, then I will definitely do that in probably every episode if I could remember to, especially once we get some young guys into our lineup when it matters actually more and we're not still rebuilding. And then also Dylan does say to potentially trade away Nico Guthrie. He says because even though he's a good player and he's worth a lot, he doesn't see him being part of this build. He says we should probably trade him for a few prospects. So yeah, we probably will do that. If I go to our roster, what position does Nico play again? Because I don't honestly remember. Oh yeah, he's a shortstop. Yeah, that makes sense, because Willie Castro is definitely going to be our shortstop of the future for now, at least until we find a good prospect. And we could always play Bob Montez as the second one. So yeah, Nico Guthrie is probably gone. He's not been too good so far, and he also is getting less batting time than Bob Montez, it looks like. So yeah, we are going to try and trade away Nico. And yeah, then that will give a little bit more time to guys like Bob Montez and, more importantly, Willie Castro. So yeah, let's make a trade with Nico Guthrie already. So we will go to, where's this damn trade thing? Trades, make trade, and then we'll also look at that guy once we could actually check that player finder, because I don't know why it's not showing up. So we will go to shortstops. So we need to get rid of Nico. He actually was re-signed. I didn't realize I re-signed into a 5-year deal, but we are going to be trading him away. And let's do suggest trade, and let's see what we could get for prospects back for him. So I don't want a starting pitcher with C potential. That's not good enough. Actually, there's 3 different deals from this. Most of them look like C potential players that might not pan out. Red Sox wise, B potential, center fielder, 60 overall. That's not terrible, but I don't know if we really need a center fielder. That might be an option though. Robert Martinez. Got to take a look at all these different deals that we could get. That first baseman is a 43 overall. He's probably not going to pan out. If he was a higher overall, I would maybe take that deal. Second baseman, Jordan Cabrera, not really much of anything. What about this? I want to take the best option as possible. Who knows, maybe one of these guys that we trade for will end up in our lineup. A second baseman that's 52 overall but with B potential. Another guy that's a little bit too low of an overall for me. Like again, if he was in his 60s, maybe I would take him, but he would probably have C potential instead. A potential, 21 years of age, but he's 53 overall. Damn, that sucks. Really good potential, but I don't know if that guy's going to actually make it. It's an interesting one. I don't think he's going to pan out, that dude, though, to be honest. Like, if he does pan out, he'll probably pan out at, like, 28 years old or something. I'll see potential players. A 22-year-old first baseman, 56 overall. 56 isn't terrible, but I would prefer a 60 plus if potential. I don't know if I would be able to get one of those though. 24-year-old relief pitcher, 61 overall, B potential. He probably won't make it till he's like 28 or 29. A lot of different offers to consider for Nico Guthrie. What else can we get? I'm trying to look for the best potential players. There's an A potential, but he's at 48 at 24. Yikes, that guy's not going to pan out for sure. Unless he makes it at like 32 years old or something. Damn. A lot of young prospects that probably won't develop. That's pretty much what we're getting offered, so we might just have to take one of the C potential players. Like, I mean, C potential is not terrible, but still. Like, at least it's not D potential. A B potential left fielder at 19, 54 overall is a little bit low. Richard Chin. What do we want to do? Relief pitcher, that's 20, and he's 54 overall with B potential. That's not terrible either. But we also do get center fielder prospect and a first baseman prospect. A guy with the name Napoleon, which is kind of crazy. Ooh, this one might be intriguing. 20 years old, 56 overall, A potential. For Robbie Harvey. Like, if this guy could play right field as well, maybe we take this deal. I might look into that, actually. Yeah, I think I'm going to look into this deal from the Cubs. So, Robbie Harvey from the Cubs. Let's take a look at Robbie Harvey. Because if he could play right field, we do need right fielding prospects. So, that might be a decent option. So, Robbie Harvey, yeah, he's probably not going to make it for them. Because they do have Jonathan Yorman. So, does he play right field? Yes, he does. He also plays catcher. Interesting, in center field. Yeah, this guy could be interesting to trade for. I think I'll trade for this guy. Even though he is a bit of a project, I'd say. But being only 20 years old, he could probably still make it. If not, he's going to be a good player for like AAA or something potentially. So we are going to trade straight up for Robbie Harvey. Because I think that's actually not a bad offer. So good luck in Chicago, Nico Guthrie. And welcome aboard to that young left fielder. Gives us another left fielder alongside Gary Hara. But obviously Robbie Harvey could play like right field and stuff like that as well. Which Gary Hara can too. So we are building up our outfield to being pretty good, I'd say, down the road. So that's the only trade I think we are going to make. I got to make sure now that our roster is ready to go. So Robbie Harvey in AAA. Yeah, I think I could actually, I don't know if I actually want to play him at triple. I'm going to send this guy down to single A. Did I just send him down to single A? No, I did not. Move him to Class A. Come on. And I'm going to play also Robbie Harvey in Double A right behind Gary Hara. If for some reason Robbie Harvey's struggling, we could always send him down to single. It's not the end of the world. But I would like to get him some good development. So that is the only trade we are going to make probably for the rest of this season. I know I don't really make much trades, but I like to build up via the draft instead. So, okay, so let's sim to All-Star Week and see how this team plays. And we will keep tabs also on our young guys, because I'm kind of curious on guys like Chauncey McElroy and Hara especially. We are winning some games, which is great, but I don't really want to make the playoffs. If for some reason this team gets into a playoff spot, which I don't think is going to happen, but you never know. We do have a trade offer, so Hoyjun Park and Tequan Forbes for Candelario. Candelario was another one of these guys I think we could deal. Where is he? Is he a second baseman? No, he's a third baseman. But I don't really feel like playing Paradis yet in the MLB. But we would get Tequan Forbes, who does not look like a good potential prospect, really. And then Hoyjun Park is nothing either, really. Nah, I'm not going to accept this deal. It's an interesting offer, though. How are we standings-wise at this point? We are 38 and 43. This team is actually doing a lot better than I expected. It could be just because of our contact hitting, because that's pretty good. Let's actually take an updated look at our player stats so far. And then we'll probably also adjust our lineup as well, just because that's what Dylan recommended us do. So let's take a look at those player stats so far. So in the MLB, most of our pitchers are probably going to do pretty bad, so it doesn't really matter too much at this stage. But Casey Mize is still winning games. He's got a solid ERA, I would say. His whip is a little bit high, but pretty much everybody on this team has a high whip. And then Chauncey McElroy is killing it in AAA. I love this. Chauncey's literally almost ready to be in the MLB. He's got an 8-3 record. He's got 75 strikeouts in 96 innings, 25 walks. So he does walk a decent amount of players. But he's got a 2.14 ERA, which is really good, and a 1.02 whip. We got to make sure see if he's leading the league in terms of stuff like that, because he's probably one of the best pitchers down there. He's absolute cruising in AAA. He already is as good as Tarek Skubal in overall, so Chauncey might be in our lineup next season. I don't know if that's too big of a risk to do, but we probably will play him next year. What else we got here for prospects that I drafted? David Jordan's also killing it. He's 8-2 in AAA. He's got a 4.05 ERA, so that's a little bit high, but his whip is decent at 1.18. So that's pretty nice. So actually, the AAA team must be killing it right now. And then Gerald Martin down in AA has not been fabulous. Actually, he's been pretty good. He's just not won games. It's mostly because probably his team's not scoring enough or something. But he has a 2.59 ERA and a 1.03 whip, so he's been okay, I would say. Pretty decent. What else do we got here? There was another guy that I didn't even realize I drafted, but who was it? Charlie Selby has been killing it as well in AA. An 8-1 record with a 2.18 ERA and a 1.16 whip. So our prospects are playing pretty damn good. So hopefully they get a lot of development from that. I don't think we really have any relief pitcher prospects that I drafted, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I don't think I recognize any of these guys. Closing pitcher rise so far, Corona has not been great as a closer in double. He's kind of struggling. It's weird. What else do we got here so far? Catching wise, Chad Hirsch in AA has been pretty solid, I would say. 248 isn't fabulous, but he's got a 5 home runs, 21 RBIs. Not too bad. And then, let's see. Jackson Reed's been solid in the MLB. Okay. Yeah, he's been not too bad, actually. First baseman wise, there's Renato Nunez. Fernando Valdez has hit 10 home runs and 38 RBIs. Like I said, I think he will be in the MLB next season as well at some point, just because we could get rid of Renato Nunez. I should try and trade him away, because he does have one more year on his deal after this year. And And then there's some of these other guys. And then second baseman wise, Bruhan's been not great, but either has Starling Castro. Cortez for prospects has been really good, hitting a 338. Nice to see. Jonathan Johnson's been solid, I would say, considering he's a depth option. What else do we got here? Shortstop wise, Luis Garcia is one of our prospects. He's not been that good in double A yet. I could always move him up to triple A, and then Pedersen, I don't know what I would do with him, or Peterson. Gary Hara in double A has been pretty good. He's hitting a 244. He's got 9 steals, 14 RBIs, and 3 home runs. And then Robbie Harvey's been struggling in double A a bit, but it's whatever. Hopefully he gets some development. Center fielding wise, this is our center fielding prospects. I don't think we really have anybody that I drafted. Right fielding wise, what do we got here? George Veras isn't played really. Okay, and that's our prospects in our stats. Interesting. Not too bad for some of the young guys, I would say. We will check those closer to the end of the regular season. Once the AAA season ends, I probably will stop simuling just so I can take a look and see if Chauncey's up there in terms of AAA stats. So let's sim to the All-Star Week. But our team has not been that bad in the MLB. Like, I mean, we're hovering around 500, which is pretty good. Okay, so where are we in terms of the standings? We actually passed the Royals. That's not too bad. 45 and 46. I don't know why this team is simulating this well, but I will take it, I guess. Even if that means we will have a bad pick in next year's draft. Looks like we have an injury to Eduardo Cortez, who fractured his foot, but he actually is, he's out for 2 to 3 months. Yikes. That's not good to have one of our top prospects go down. Okay, let's see. So, All-Star break. Did any of our players make the All-Star team? I know there's a way to check All-Star voting. I think it's in stats. I know there's a way to check the All-Star players, I think. I don't know. I know there's a way to. And sim through this date. We probably won't have anybody at the home run derby, but let's take a look anyways. No, we do not have anybody in the home run derby, but those are who's in the home run derby. And then let's sim through this, and we'll take a look. If we go to the All-Star game, let's go to this, and then if we go play full game, I think we will be able to take a look at the lineup via some screen. Like if I take a look at this. Oh yeah, now we can see who's on each lineup. So for the AL All-Stars, here is who's made it. So Michael Aoki made it for us, which is kind of nice. And then also Tyler Alexander made it for us, I think, too. So we do actually have some All-Star representatives this year. I didn't check last year because I accidentally simmed past it, but that's who made it for our pitching core. And then, is there a way to check a look at the batters? I don't know how to do this. Actually, yeah, if I press A, yeah, now I could take a look at the batters. I don't think we probably had any batters make it, but doesn't look like it to me. But there is the lineup for the AL anyways. There might be some of our players, but I'm not recognizing any of them. Okay, so that is anyways who made the All-Star game. Not that it really matters too much at this point, but the AL does win the All-Star game. Okay, let's sim to the trade deadline prep. I don't think, like I said, we're going to make any more trades. But I do think this team has been actually simming decently. Like, we are still right around 500. We could do some contract extensions at this point, but I think I will leave that to the next episode, or at the end of the regular season or something. Yeah, because a lot of these guys don't matter that much. I actually should just do some guys already, like Casey Mize, for example. So let's just give Casey Mize a little bit less than this. 2.8. Let's do 3, whatever. Who else do we got that I would like to give contracts to? Scooble. Whoa, Scooble wants a lot of money for that much term. Probably because he's going to pan out to being pretty good still. But yeah, I hope our team could develop into being something really good. There we go. Any other young guys that need definite contracts right now? Let's just give some of these guys contracts. Might as well get all our young guys. All the older guys I'll wait on for now, I think. But our young guys are ones I'm going to give contracts to. Pedersen's only 26. We'll just give him whatever he wants. What else we got here? Packard needs a contract. Jimenez, we'll leave the rest of these guys for now, I think. Yeah, we'll leave the rest of these guys for now. Okay, let's sim to the contract extension part. But yeah, this team's actually been pretty good. We're getting offered a lot of players for Candelario, Stever, Sheets, and Bump. I don't know who the heck any of these guys are. Stever is a starting pitcher, 24 B potential, 69 overall. That's not terrible, but he is 24 already. Gavin Sheets, I think I've heard of him. 25 B potential, 66, And then a shortstop in Bump. Doesn't have really much potential. Yeah, I'm not going to make those trades yet. Or those type of trades at the moment. No, I don't want to stop simulating. Let's continue. And let's sim to September call-ups. But yeah, this team is kind of struggling now down the stretch, but at least we are staying, like, I would say, kind of close to 500-ish. Yeah, close to 500. Because we are now, what is our record so far in the season? 63 and 67. Yeah, we're still not worse in our division. I'm surprised this team is staying so close to 500. Let's sim up to, when was the end of the AAA season? I don't even remember. Because I want to take a look at the AAA player stats. Geez, Chauncey is insane. He is tearing up AAA. 14 and 6 with a 1.98 ERA now and a .98 WHIP. This guy is nuts. Like, to do this at 19 years of age, this guy's going to be our ace for many years to come once he gets to the MLB. But he does still need to get his K9 a little bit up. But he's got 117 strikeouts already and then 42 walks. But yeah, I'm very excited for Chauncey McElroy. And then David Jordan's looks like he's dropped off a little bit, but he's still putting up some good numbers. What about Selby? Selby's still killing it in AA. He's probably going to be in triple next year. And then I also want to take a quick look at Gary Hara again. Hitting at 234, so he's been a little bit cold, but he is getting some development, which I like. Let's continue to sim, and then we'll take a look at everybody's stats. And then that'll be pretty much it for this episode, because we're not going to be making the playoffs at this rate, I don't think. Let's just go auto-fix all those lineups. Yeah, this team is struggling near the end of the season, but I think it's still been a pretty successful year for a team that really shouldn't be as good as they're simulating. Now we're way below 500 because of how we're playing now. So we actually might finish worse in our division than most teams. And let's see. Yeah, I would like to stop simulating because I just want to see if they had the final stats for the AAA season. So yeah, they did. Chauncey McElroy finished like that, 15 and 9. Very good record. They have very good ERA, a very good WHIP. Chauncey is the man, for sure. David Jordan finished his 500. He's really struggled near the end of the season. And then Gerald Martin, I wouldn't say that bad. Maybe the team is just bad around him. And then Charlie Selby was really, really good. And then what else we got here for AAA players? Corona is developed up to a 71. He improved a bit since we last looked, I think, which is good. And then Hirsch, not too bad. Just trying to take a look at their best prospects available. Valdez kind of struggled. Looks like he got passed by Colvin, which is kind of weird. What else we got? Bruhan. I don't really care about the MLB team at this stage. Cortez is really good at hitting batting average-wise. His contact hitting is really good. There's Jonathan Johnson. Luis Garcia. Gary Hara hitting at 275. Pretty nice. He only had one home run. And then Harvey. Okay, not too bad. Right fielding wise, Veras got called up to AA, where he had only a 190. But there is our prospects. Let's get the rest of the season done, and then we'll take a look at the entire league awards and all that stuff. So this episode might be a little bit long, but whatever. Auto fix lineups. And we are going to finish the season 73 and 89. So we had a really good start to the year, but we fell off a lot at the end, which is okay. And yeah, let's take a look at those league leaders. So Bob Montez actually led the league in stolen bases this year. So we did have one league leader. Interesting. I can't check AA regular season now, can I? Oh, no, I can, I think. Unless this is playoff numbers. Because I want to kind of check AA and AAA as well. Let me just go back to batting average and go back to the MLB first. Actually, the MLB doesn't matter that much. Let's go to AA just to see if there's any guys for our team up there. So Cortez was the second best in batting average down there in AA, hitting a 400, which is really insane, even though it was only 25 at bats. Really liking Eduardo Cortez so far. Jonathan Johnson was also up there hitting the 385. Rob Morrow at 333. So it looks like that AA team was doing actually pretty good. Cortez and Johnson also up there. Unless this is including playoffs. Yeah, this might be actually playoff stats. Yeah, I think this is playoff stats. So our AA team might actually be a good playoff team right now. Yeah, I think that's AA. Let's go to AAA, just curious. Did our AAA team make it? It looks like our AAA team didn't make the playoffs, unfortunately. I think. Okay, so now that that is done, let me take a look at the awards for the season. There's just so much to do in this game that videos are going to always be really long. Let's take a look at those awards. So, yeah, MVP, Gleyber Torres and Freddie Freeman. Cy Young, Garrett Cole and Jacob deGrom. Batting title, Bregman and Freeman. Reliever of the year, Bradley and Oberg. And then Rookie of the Year, Noelvi Marte and Patrick Dwyer. We did actually have Bryant Packard number 3 in terms of Rookie of the Year, so he almost won the Rookie of the Year. That's pretty nice. Hank Aaron goes to Bregman and to Freeman. Looks like Freeman won a lot of awards. Golden Glove for the pitchers goes to John Means and Noah Syndergaard. For catchers, Donnie Bell and James McCann. For first baseman, Trey Mancini and Matt Olson. For second base, Colton Wong and Jurickson Profar. For third base, Ursula, and for the NL, it's Key Bryant Hayes. For shortstop, it's DeYoung and Edmund. For left field, Armenteros and Tyler O'Neill. Center field win-wise, Luis Robert and Byron Buxton, who's in Pittsburgh. Interesting. Right fielding-wise, it was Aaron Judge in Boston and Mookie Betts. And in Silver Slugger, designated hitter, Gleyber Torres, Jermaine Marquez. We actually did have Willie Castro up there, so that's kind of nice. Catcher-wise, Perez and Real Muto. Sano and Freeman for first baseman. LeMahieu and Albies for second base. Bregman and Devers for third base. Adames and Story for shortstops. Trout and Bellinger for outfield. Same with Arizona and Betts. And then Judge and Happ. And that is the awards. Let's take a look quickly at some team stats, team rankings, and we want to go to the MLB. So where did we finish in terms of batting average, out of curiosity? Did I see us yet? No, I didn't. So we were 22nd in batting average, so not very good. And in at-bats, doesn't really matter. Runs, probably we were down there as well, because we're not really an offensive team yet. Yeah, we were one of the worst, 25th. Hits, I would say we were probably up there maybe. Or actually probably not. 18th. Doubles. We might have been up there in like stolen bases, but it looks like doubles and triples we weren't. And then home runs, we're not going to be up there as well. Stolen bases, though, we are 9th in the MLB, which is pretty good. So it looks like we are a good stealing team. Wait, stolen base percentage, we were 6th best. What about pitching ERA and stuff? I'm kind of curious on. Pitching ERA wise, we're probably near the bottom right. 15th. That's actually not too bad considering where we finished in terms of the regular season and how we finished the season. Not too bad. Let me actually take a quick look at those standings. So we finished 25 games back of the White Sox, who made it, and we finished 17 games back of the wild card spot. But it looks like we are improving, I think, every single season so far. Like if we look, yeah, we've improved every year, because we started 59, 103, then 70 and 92, and this year we won 73 games, I think I just saw, so not too bad. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of our Detroit Tigers franchise mode. So in next episode, we will sim the entire offseason, get the Rule 5 draft done again if we do have a pick in the Rule 5 draft. And yeah, the team looks like it could be an exciting team for next season. I'll take a quick look at this depth chart. But yeah, our team looks like it could be a very good team in a few years. So anyways, let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll see you guys next time.